There's a great variety of lenses out there for DSLRs, but one thing everybody needs is a good all-purpose lens. Tamron's new 16-300 zoom goes from wide to telephoto at a price that won't break the bank. Hi, I'm Larry Becker. If you have an APS-C sensor-equipped DSLR from Canon, Nikon, or Sony, there's a new Tamron 16-300mm f3.5 to 6.3 Di2 VC PZD macro lens for your camera. It's a versatile lens with an 18.8x zoom range. In terms of 35mm, mounted on my Canon 70D, that's equivalent to a 25.6 to 480mm zoom. You can shoot wide vistas and get up close and personal with wildlife from a safe distance. And because this is a close focusing, high magnification lens too, on the 300mm end of the zoom, you get a 1 to 2.9 magnification ratio. The lens has 16 elements in 12 groups, and there are multiple layers of lens coatings, all designed to maximize light transmission and deliver clear, sharp images in a compact size that measures 3.9 inches long, and it comes with the flower-shaped lens hood. The autofocus uses a piezo drive motor that's both fast and quiet. It's not quite silent though. I was pretty impressed that it not only focused quickly on my 70D in sunshine, but in moderate indoor light too. And there's one other faint sound you might be able to hear. It's the vibration compensation image stabilization. When you zoom to the full 300mm, you'd be hard-pressed to not get motion blur in your images from the slightest hand movement. But Tamron's vibration compensation does a nice job of offsetting camera motion, so you can zoom all the way in and still get sharp images handheld. Of course, you'll always get the sharpest images when your camera is on a tripod, and in that case, you'll just flip off that VC switch. There are two other switches on this lens, the AF/MF switch and a lens lock to keep it in the storage position. I suppose if you have the camera on a shoulder strap and you wanted to make sure it didn't slip while you walk, you'd engage the lock. But the zoom control on the new lens I was testing was really nice and stiff. It wasn't too stiff, I just liked the resistance because I could zoom it to any focal length and shoot straight down without any lens slip at all. In fact, while the lens body is polycarbonate, it feels sturdy and durable. It weighs 19 ounces, and Tamron says it's moisture resistant as well. It's reliable enough that Tamron offers a 6-year warranty in the US whenever you purchase it from an authorized Tamron USA retailer like B&H. Overall image quality was quite good and sharp, but with my test images, I felt like the widest position on the lens was just a little soft. Also, some of my JPEG images at the 16mm end had noticeable chromatic aberration. Now, the one-click chromatic aberration fix with Camera Raw files did a much better job, but sometimes it still left a little chromatic aberration that was visible. Now, when I come off the widest end just a little bit, maybe to 35mm, the aberration would be much more manageable. Image detail across the frame was consistently sharp, and I was surprised that I didn't notice any vignetting with my test images. A couple of quick notes you should be aware of. This lens is designed for just APS-C sensors, not full-frame cameras. The vibration compensation is quite good, as I mentioned, but the Sony A-mount version of the lens doesn't have VC because Sony's have in-body image stabilization. And because the minimum focus distance is 15.3 inches from the focal plane of the camera, you'll want to back up and zoom in to get the best close-ups. As photographers, we usually pick up our first DSLR because of the thought of using the perfect lens for a specific need, and that's really appealing. On the other hand, most of us DSLR owners love just taking pictures, even when we don't set out with a specific project or focal length in mind. That's when we need a good walking around lens, and Tamron's 16-300 f3.5 to 6.3 Di2 VC PZD macro all-in-one zoom is a nice, versatile option for a wide variety of shooting. For B&H and Kelby One, I'm Larry Becker. Thanks for watching.
Whether you're a hobbyist or a professional, B&H has the answers to your questions. Experience a world of technology at our New York City Superstore. Connect with us online or give us a call. Our staff of experts is happy to help.
Scott Kelby here, and welcome to this quick tour of our online training. We have hundreds of online classes for you, covering everything from lighting to landscape photography. From portrait photography to sports, we have classes on wedding, automotive photography, shooting, food, fashion, travel, you name it. The most incredible part of this is the price. You get all of this for just $199 a year, or you can pay monthly for just $24.95. 24-hour a day, 7-day a week access from anywhere in the world. I invite you to join with us today and start learning right now.